facade. It's the process that I used in making this image is called Mezzo tint, which the plate begins clean, polished, and without any marks at all on it. A Mezzo tint rocker, which is kind of a curved chisel-like thing that it's lined with teeth along the edge, is rocked over the plate. It's kind of walked back and forth. Layers and layers. You basically do a pattern of lines that you rock with this thing, and then you move the plate and kind of walk that rocker, laying down rows of these lines.
Sort of like tire tracks, but they're
around the clock. So you basically rock the entire plate through 12 different directions. And it's a real tedious, long process. But the whole point is to arrive at a plate that if you were to print it at that point, you get a jet black solid image, just a black rectangle. And then the image is arrived at by scraping and burnishing that burr. The teeth in that rocker punches little dots down into the plate, and each one of those dots has a little chip or a burr of copper pushed up beside it. And that's what holds the ink. And to get rid of that, you scrape and burnish. So you can do just a very small amount and get something like a real dark gray, or you can scrape and burnish it back to a polished plate, in which case you get a totally white area within the image. And that's how this was done.
So like the door area.
Yeah, this area right here would have been nearly scraped and polished back to a shiny plate. And all these others, like down here, there was just a very small amount of scraping and burnishing. The shadow area up through the doorway, maybe nothing at all was done in there. And then you can look and see that there are some etched lines, which I also added in as I got the values put down where I wanted them. Then I added some etched lines just to help clarify some of the architectural detail and stuff like that. But basically, this is entirely a Mezzo tint print.
Wow. A lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mezzo tint process dates back to the middle, latter part of the 1800s, and it was a commercial process. It was a way of reproducing paintings in black and white, which could be printed and sent all over, at that time, as Europe. The plates, because it's such a tedious process to get the plate ready to work on, they had convicts do the Mezzo tint process, rocking the plates, just like, you've probably heard about, prisoners,
license plates.
Stamping out license plates. Well, in France, they rocked Mezzo tint plates. But anyway, that's
grueling work.
Yeah.
Well, a number of people that here do this, cheap labor.
Yeah, but it's a real tedious process.
So was this like you were just trying something new, or you were inspired to do it? You saw someone else do it?
Well, no, I've never seen anybody actually do it. I've seen images.
Right.
And I liked the idea of, in this case, it's in my mind, it's taking a step closer to painting than just etching. Instead of working with lines and creating edges and shapes with lines, it was more like taking this value, which was black, but then modifying it, almost like adding in white paint to get lighter grays, and then finally like pure white to get a white area in the print. So it was a little closer process to painting, making an image strictly in values, that was closer to how I built up painting.
Did you use did you try a test plate to see what it was like, or were you going into it sort of blind?
I thought I'm just going to try it, and either I'm going to get something that I like or I won't. You know, I've tried doing color etchings, and I've had all kinds of problems registering, and you know, I tried one and I didn't like it, so I've not done any more since then. But this was actually the second Mezzo tint. The first one was a print called Dream Lake, where I really did try rocking a plate with a Mezzo tint rocker for the first time, and I made mistakes, and I tried to correct those in this print. And I think now, if I were to do another Mezzo tint, I would probably eliminate just a few more problems that I created for myself just in the way I rocked the plate.
So if I understand you correctly, you had an idea, and without getting too much technical in it, you sort of just jumped in and tried it. And that's really how a lot of art, that's how you get either better, or you have a better understanding or appreciation for what you see.
And I think a lot of you know, the breakthroughs in an individual's career or sensibilities happen by accident, just by pushing the envelope, you know, outside the comfort zone, trying something that you thought, well, I wonder how that would work, but you've never really done it, and you either jump in and give it a shot, or you never do.
Right.
And in this case, I'm glad I did. I've only done 2 Mezzo tints now in all the years I've done prints, but it's not that I don't see a future in Mezzo tints in my work. It's just, you know, whenever I feel like I want to sit down and spend all those hours rocking another plate, then I'll start on another Mezzo tint.
There you go.
But it's a process that I really, once the plate's done and ready to work on, it's a process that I really like.